You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Folks, Virginia Beach Police are investigating to see why officers detained an innocent black man at the Lynnhaven Mall on Saturday. In a video shared online, officers are seen handcuffing Jamar Mackey, who was eating with his family in the mall's food court. Police escorted Mackey outside and said he matched the description of a suspect who was a black male with dreads that was wearing all black and was with a boy wearing red. His wife shot this video. Folks, again, if this is triggering for you, please turn away. It's 5 minutes and 11 seconds. We wanted to show you the full video before we interview Mr. Mackey. Watch this.
What? You do this in public? You can't come and walk outside?
What did he do? We just
my family?
I talked to you, okay?
But he did nothing. Y'all got the wrong person. We don't even have a black truck.
A black truck, bro?
We don't have a black truck. We just came to the mall. What did he say?
But you know, I know. We'll record this. I'm taking out the court, bro.
Okay, but don't snap. But what did he do?
You gonna let me talk to you? You lucky you got these cuffs on me.
Babe, don't snap.
Take me to the front, yo.
But what did he do?
Take me to the front now.
Can you tell us? We just came with our family. We don't even have a black truck.
No, get off me.
Jamar, don't snap. Wait a second. Come here. Come report this. Report. Follow them. Follow them. What did he do? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Get this blade straight to me, nigga.
Jamar, what are you doing? Y'all fucking racist as fuck. We ain't here with our family.
Are you serious right now, dog?
What? No, y'all, this is so fucking embarrassing.
And get these cuffs.
We are with our family. I got my baby here, newborn. Why do y'all have him?
And get these cuffs.
But what did he do? He didn't do anything.
I know.
Bro, got my ass. We with our fucking kids. You don't do that. That is so. You know what's going on in the fucking world today. We with our fucking kids.
I'm going to jail. We
don't do nothing. We stay in the house. He didn't do nothing. Do you know how embarrassing that is?
Your man just said it's the
You
wrong
can't
man.
fucking.
He's still on me?
It might be the wrong one.
It is the wrong person. We told you. You asked him about a black truck, and we said y'all didn't even give him. Y'all didn't give him a chance to explain. You said, do you have a black truck? He doesn't. We don't even drive a black truck.
That nigga's arrest me while I'm eating?
With our fucking kids.
What my...
Okay, relax.
No!
You ask questions first,
though. But y'all fucked up.
You don't do that. We're with our kids, but you ask questions first. You didn't even give him a chance to ask a fucking question.
No!
You can't expect him not to be upset.
He comes to me,
you can't expect him. We with our fucking kids in the mall. That is so embarrassing.
Are you serious?
But you ask questions, I get it. If you thought you fit the profile of somebody else. But ask him a question.
What's his name?
You didn't even ask the question.
Stop and come. I'm you're gonna see me again.
But you ask, you can't, but you don't do this. We're with our kids. You think you'll forget this? You think my son will forget this?
And I would like to
I'm gonna know you.
Please, Jamar, let him take them off. Just
Man came to arrest me while I'm eating, no words?
And I would like to explain.
No, ain't no explaining.
Okay. You're free to go, and I would like
to
explain
just
to you
get these fucking cuffs off me and don't talk to me, motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
Come on, let's go.
I got your name. What's your name?
Let's go. We're leaving.
All right, I'm gonna see your ass again, bitch.
It's all right. Just
what's wrong with you, man? Arrest me while I'm eating, no questions. Don't move.
I would
Don't
like
move.
to explain to you what's going on.
Wait, I don't give a fuck what's going on.
I want to know.
Explain it before you put the cuffs on me.
Take him. Go ahead. Y'all go. Y'all go. Explain to me what happened. I want to know.
We got a description of someone that was using stolen credit cards, okay?
Stolen?
That person
I got it. Let me listen.
is a black male with dreads and was wearing all black and was with a boy that was wearing red. Okay? I could show you the case. If he's wearing all black.
So this is them right over here.
Come on, yo.
Black male with dreads.
Another black male with red dreads.
Boy with red.
But the thing is, y'all.
I sincerely apologize. It was a
I mean, y'all just that was so embarrassing.
If he was using
and then he
man, you put me in handcuffs while I'm taking a bite for myself.
Then I wouldn't have talked to him about it. I would have just taken him into custody and detained him, okay?
Nah, bro.
I understand it's embarrassing.
Do you have a card?
I sincerely apologize. I sincerely apologize.
It's fine. It's all right. Do you have a card?
And that's how y'all do.
It was definitely stereotyping because things could have been handled in a different way. It definitely is.
That's why we fighting for this shit now.
I understand.
Can I have a card
This
from
how we
somebody?
get treated in 2020. In 2020.
You can have a name.
That's how I get treated,
That's
bro.
fine.
You have the right to be upset, sir.
That's why we fighting. That's why they fucking y'all up.
You have the
It's
right
all right,
to be upset.
babe. It's all right.
That's why, bitch.
It's all right. It's fine. We leaving. I'll take the name and the number.
2020, nigga.
That's
Like the fucking
crazy.
70s.
Somebody I can contact outside of this environment right now.
2020.
So she can have my name, Sergeant. Okay. K-G.
What we march for? What we say Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, that's what we say.
Yes, sir.
Look how y'all treat us.
My badge
In front of people. Like I'm the wrong motherfucker.
It's fine, babe.
Y'all own businesses.
It's all right.
Just give her the
Black Lives Matter. Y'all see why we fight. Fuck niggas. Come on, man.
Thank you.
That's how they do in fucking 2020.
We're joined by Jamar Mackey and his fiance Shantel Covil, who filmed the ordeal. First of all, glad to have both of you on Roland Martin Unfiltered. Jamar, I got to start with you. You hear the officers. We understand. Let me explain. And which is a lot different reaction we've seen from other white police officers. But the reality is this. You were there eating. And what folks don't get, it is traumatic, it is embarrassing, it's degrading to have handcuffs slapped on you and no point did they even talk with you before doing it. Walk us through what happened when they walked up. Did they just simply walk up, see you, and say, we're cuffing you?
You could say that. What basically happened, you know, I was sitting down eating lunch with my family. We just sat down. And, you know, first it was I don't know if he was a mall cop or what, undercover, but the guy in the gray, you see him in the video, he comes to me and he's just asking, like, is that your black truck outside? I said, no, it's not my black truck. You got the wrong guy, man. I don't drive in a black truck. So he stays there. I swear, I seen you driving that black truck, man. You sure you know about that black truck? No, I don't drive a black truck, sir. So as he's still standing there, I see the police coming through the door. So he's walked through the door. We make eye contact. The guy asks again, that's won't you I seen driving that black truck? As soon as he said that again, I couldn't even answer him. The cop, he walks past him, and, you know, he looks at me and just grabs my arm and kneels down, grabs my arm, kneels down and says, don't move. You're under arrest. Do not resist. It didn't explain nothing to me. Only thing, this guy, undercover guy who wasn't even in uniform or nothing, he just asked me if I drove a black truck. So it's like, why are you arresting me? What's going on? What's up with the black truck? Do I need to answer some questions for you? But why are you arresting me? He's still telling me, stop talking, don't move, don't resist. We'll talk when we get to the car. So that's what I'm telling him. Okay, well, take me to the front and please explain something to me, because he did it in the whole food court with a whole, you know, it's holiday season. So the whole mall is looking. It's a big crowd. The whole mall is looking. It's so embarrassing. Like, everybody's looking at me and my family. So that's when we walk outside and, you know, that's when the cops are basically say it's the wrong guy. As soon as I get outside and I look to the right and they have the suspect, I guess who did it, they have him to the right, like on the side of the building, and they're just questioning him with pen and pad. He's not in handcuffs, but come to find out he's the guy who did it. But I walk outside in handcuffs from a lieutenant with stripes on his uniform and everything. But he put me in handcuffs with no questions, you know, he just put me in handcuffs. So, yeah, it was really embarrassing. It's like, just watching that video, it just brings it back, makes me feel like I'm right back at it, man. Me and my fiance, my son, like, it was just a bad experience, man, like, terrible.
Chantel, I want to go to you because we hear you on the video. Babe, keep it easy. What is going through your mind? Are you thinking about other videos, how this thing escalates and knee in the back, taser, guns pulled out, being shot?
Yes, that's exactly what I thought about first. It's almost like we get trained and, it's almost like I felt like I learned what to do in a situation from watching all these terrible experiences with people losing their lives and, being wrongfully handled by the police. So as soon as, I know this is my fiance. We live together. We have 2 kids together. I know everything about him. So I knew it was nothing else besides the mall that he had done, that would have caused for his arrest. So instantly I'm like, okay, this is wrong, but let me, I want you to be calm because any wrong movement you give them, the slightest bit of, resistance or, anything that you give them, I know where this can head, So immediately I'm just like, don't snap, I wanted him to stay calm. I had we had a newborn and our oldest son with us. And I'm just like, this is not happening. This is not about to end bad if I have anything to do with it. So, it was very emotional for me. But I just felt like I had to be the strong person in this because he had no choice but to act the way he did, and to react the way he did. So, I just wanted to try and be that calm for him, even though, I wasn't as calm as I could have been, that was what I was just trying to do. Just keep him calm so things wouldn't escalate.
Jamar, we hear you. I mean, we hear and see your anger, and as somebody who has never experienced that, as somebody who has been pulled over by cops, luckily nothing has happened. I think what I felt, the anger also was, they did this in front of your children. Now, your kids, they now have a visual image, even though it was wrong, of cops slapping the handcuffs on you. That is something no father wants their children to have to witness, especially not in this age. Yesterday, we had Ben Crump on, who said since the murder of George Floyd, 95 black people have been killed by cops, and that's since May.
Wow. Yeah, Roland, this is big because, my son was sitting actually right next to me. He was sitting right next to me. He seen the cop putting the cuffs on me. You might can hear the video before the video. He's asking, what did he do? What did my dad do? Yeah,
that's all he kept saying is, what did he do?
That's all he kept saying. What did my dad do? Why are you arresting my dad in front of me? Like, what did he do? So of course it's traumatized. It's traumatizing. Like, he's gonna always remember that. Then he's gonna always remember that. So yeah, it's tough, man. That it happened in front of my kids. That it happened in front of a place of business that I promoted my business at. I gave my business cards to, and that a place that my son, we drop him off at that mall with his friends, and they go to Dave and Buster's in the mall. They go to Dave and Buster's, walk the mall. It's a place that he's really goes to. We're right around the corner from the mall. So and all this happens at a place where we go almost every week. We at least every other week. So it's like it's embarrassing for him and it's traumatizing for him also.
Yeah, that's definitely our main concern.
What kind of? Shantel, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that's our biggest focus, with all of this was, our son. We have a small baby, but our 13-year-old son, because he's going to high school. And like Jamar was saying, that's literally something the kids in our area do. They want to get dropped off at the mall, we give them money, they go shop, and they go play games at Dave & Buster's. But now it's just like, he's traumatized from the event, and it's just like, we don't want to go back. We passed by today. We're just like, hey, we didn't finish Christmas shopping. And we look at the mall because it's on our way to our office. And we were just like, I don't even feel like I'll ever want to go into that mall or any other mall again. And it's unfortunate because we're like 5 minutes away from the mall. it's just crazy. Like, just watching the video before we came on live with you, I just felt real emotional already again, because we just keep having to relive this moment. Of course, it is viral and, it's around the internet. But, as we sit and have to watch through the entire video, I mean, I get the same exact feelings all over again. And, I just wonder about the longevity, the long-term effects on my son, so we just want to make sure he's okay.
This was a statement released by Virginia Beach Police Chief Paul Newdigate. I just want to get y'all reaction to it. This is what was released on December 19th. A Virginia Beach police officer was investigating a reported offense at a local shopping mall. He approached, subsequently handcuffed, and escorted an individual who matched the description of the reported suspect out of the mall before releasing him a short time later. A video recording of the interaction has been shared on social media, and the VPPD has initiated a review of the incident to determine the propriety of the response in this manner. Quote, "Certainly anyone would be upset about being detained for something they didn't do," said Chief Newdigate. While the video shows the officer stayed calm and respectful throughout the brief encounter, we must ensure the situation merits the response. We are gathering all the facts to evaluate the incident so we can address the concerns people have raised. Jamar?
I mean, honestly, I don't accept it until I see changes done, and yeah, of course he say that officer was calm, but when he walked up on me and yanks my arm behind the chair, tell me don't move, don't resist, that's not calm to me. That's not how you handle business. That's not how you do as a police officer. I mean, it's not like they suspected a murderer. They suspected a credit card theft. And you come behind me and just grab my arm. So it's like, yeah, you say that, of course you got to, but I don't accept until I see change, until I see justice. Because I'm born and raised in Virginia Beach. This doesn't just happen to me. It happens to everybody. I've been so much support. Thank you everybody for the support, but it's just so much support because it happens to a lot of black males out here with dreads.
Black men, period.
Black men, period.
You said in the video, Jamar, y'all are going to hear from me again. Have you and Shantel, have y'all hired an attorney? Are y'all looking at legal options when it comes to what happened to you?
We're definitely looking, into our legal options. There's a lot of questions that we have, a lot of questions. And as of now, no one has reached out to us. I mean, he made a statement, which to me, I believe the statement was only made, because he had to make a statement at this point, because there are so many questions.
Spiral.
So, I don't
so
believe
hold on,
that
real quick here.
enough.
Shantel, you're saying that you and Jamar have not heard from the police chief. This was a statement that he released, but y'all have not heard personally from anyone with the police department, or have you heard from anybody with the Virginia Beach City Council, the mayor, anyone?
We did have one person that reached out to us, to make sure that our family was good. Aaron Rouse. So he did check up on us to make sure, that things were, good. So we definitely appreciated him. But that's about it. As far as the chief of police and the city of Virginia Beach, we haven't heard from them.
No one reached out, but it can't be too hard to find my number if, you guys found it, like everybody else found it, but they haven't reached out. But I guess they expect me to look at their apology that they did live and just expect that's reaching out. They didn't reach out. They didn't call. They didn't leave a voicemail. They haven't reached out to my fiance. So it's like, when do you want us to really take y'all serious? So it's honestly, they haven't reached out at all.
Candace, a couple of my panelists here, Candace and Rena. Candace first, do you have a question for Jamar and or Shantel?
Well, less of a question and more of a statement in that I see a number of things going on here in terms of, infliction of emotional distress, having your civil rights violated, and then you were detained improperly. So there's a lot that you can go forth with, I think, and have an amazing case, as you should, because part of the trauma when someone says to you, hey, just keep your cool, we're going to arrest you, that's often just a preface to many people being killed. So their trauma starts right away, and then it spreads in the family, not just for this generation, for generations to come. So I see a lot of force in the case that you have ahead of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Rena Shaw.
Well, Candace brings up excellent points, I think, and I think as a parent as well, I mean, my heart just goes out to you all. And obviously that video for me was extremely disturbing. I just really felt the pain of the moment, because that's what catching events like this that should be so rare in society, that's what these videos do. They open up sort of the experience. And I'm wondering for the both of you, how do you really walk away from this? How do you well, let me back up for a second and say, I mean, is there anything that really hits your mind and makes you think that you could have done anything differently in the moment, communication-wise? Like, is there anything you would have said differently? How would you act in the future if this kind of thing, gosh, were to sadly happen again? Because I've had a tense moment, and it was nowhere near this with law enforcement. And it sort of changed in my mind the gears of sort of what could I have said differently, and then what will I say next time? And I'm just sort of wondering if you guys have anything on that.
As far as that question, you know, when someone just walks up to you and throw handcuffs on you, it's hard to pick your reaction. You know, you can't just say, oh, let me be calm, or let me, you know, it just hits you there. Until it happens to you, you wouldn't know. So it's just like, of course, you know.
It's easier said, you know, than done. Everybody wants to say, you know, and of course, if you asked us today, if you told us today that this was going to happen tomorrow, that's one thing. But you don't know, you know, you don't know until you're in that situation. And I believe that he had every reason to act the way that he acted, you know, with the situation.
Jamari, I did have a question. I'm wondering, in terms of what the police chief or anybody on the force could do to make you whole, I think a lawsuit's coming. But in terms of right now, what's the Christmas gift you want from the force to make you at least try to make some progress in dealing with this?
Well, one of the main things is I just hope that doesn't happen no more, where, you know, it has to be something changed where you can't just walk up on someone and put them in handcuffs without questioning them, especially when it's just a suspect. You don't even know if it's him or not. So it'll make a big difference, and it'll make a change if it's a law, something that comes in handy that you can't do that to anyone. Black, white.
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Do that. You can't do that, especially in front of someone's family. And then you don't have no mask on. It's COVID out right now. You have no mask on. You in my face telling me don't move, don't resist. And, you know, so it's like it should be laws. You can't do that, especially with COVID going on and everything going on right now. You shouldn't just be able to put your hands on somebody and put them in cuffs, especially put them in cuffs.
And what kind of police work was this?
Jamar,
I mean, if they thought that,
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, what kind of police work was this? They were looking for someone who was riding a black van, right? Or a black car. All they had to do was quietly follow, if they chose, from afar to see if he got in a black car. I mean, it seems like there were a lot of options that, again, once you kick off somebody arresting you and just getting those feelings going in terms of, I don't know what's going to happen to me and I don't trust you because I've seen what happened to, you know, Ahmaud Arbery. Well, then I'm scared. And so the reaction that you had, I think, was completely appropriate. I don't think that anybody would have acted any differently because your life was in danger. But I think it was also very poor police work.
And I definitely agree with you. And I appreciate you for your support.
Jamar, real quick, you said you have a business. What kind of business do you have?
Well, I have Matrix Sanitizer Solutions. I do professional sprays for COVID, you know, flu, you know, with every disease going on. So that's what I do right now. And then my wife, she has her own healthcare, home healthcare, Matrix Healthcare. So, you know, we're just business owners. We're just trying to prosper. And, you know, like I said, I pass cars out in that mall. A lot of people know me in that mall from passing cars and me being in uniform in there. And you put me in handcuffs and walk me outside that mall in front of the whole mall. So it played a big part, on me. That's why another reason why I looked at it like I'm a whole business owner. You could at least question me or anything,
Yep. Well, Jamar Mackey, Shantel Covil, I know a lot of media folks have been trying to reach out to y'all. I certainly appreciate y'all accepting our invitation to talk here on Roland Martin Unfiltered. I know I saw one story, NBC News and others want y'all to talk. And so we appreciate y'all coming and talking to this Black-owned show first.
Thank
sir.
you. We appreciate you as well.
Yes,
Love your
sir.
platform. Thank you.
Yes, thanks for reaching out.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Jamar Mackey,
right.
Shantel Covil. Thank you so very much.
Right.
Thanks a lot. Back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just
It's
one
time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.